What's poppin'? What's crack-a-lackin'? What's really good? Thank you for listening to The Rope Break, your source for news, opinions, and anything else that revolves around the world of professional wrestling. It is I, a man who hails from an island where the women are actually bigger than the men, and all of us men are 275 plus, the sexy Samoan. I am Joe Maga, and I'm here with my boy. Big Daddy Vince once asked him for a 450 splash, to which he lazily replied, "Fuck that, I'll give you 420 and you can keep the change, you filthy animal." And I'm with my boy, a man who once had a wall built just to have it destroyed and then had Ole Anderson and Ted Turner pay for it. Funky enough to make the beat rock, but will fuck up your sheetrock. Shockmaster Grizz, say what up to him, Grizz.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I just do want to say, if you're in Connecticut and you have not seen or heard the band Continuum, they just put out their new album. I was at their album release show. They were phenomenal, but this album is so sick, you need to give it a flu shot. I wish I had planned this out better because I can't follow Joe Maga.
Well, listen, shout out to Continuum, because that's like, you're like, I haven't heard the record yet, but not only did I hear that multiple people had a fantastic time at the release, I heard about 6 or 7, more like 10 people raving about the album online this week.
Yeah, it's they went to Dexter's Laboratory in Milford to record, which I would genuinely suggest anyone do, because Nick takes care of you down there, man. These guys, their previous recordings did not do them justice, and now they sound gigantic. It's phenomenal.
Very cool, very cool. Well, listen, as always, with this brand split and the network and the world of wrestling just continues to seemingly grow constantly, there's a lot to talk about, especially being that we have not joined you for a couple weeks. For that, I apologize. And basically, we've got number one babyface in the WWE on top of the wrestling game in Goldberg. And, man, I know it's been beat to death, but I'll just quickly say what a shock that was for me. I really thought Brock was going over pretty heavily there. And I was actually expecting a pretty shit card out of Survivor Series, to be quite honest with you. I believe I actually said it on this very broadcast. And I was pleasantly surprised, proven wrong, if you will. I thought there were some very good things in those matches. Traditionally, the Survivor Series matches are a fun little novelty, but they're not necessarily good work. There were a few botched spots here and there throughout the entire show, but all in all, some good stories told there.
I couldn't agree more. I did leave with a sense of like, something happened.
Right.
Because so many of these little pay-per-views in between, nothing's really moving. Also, the Goldberg-Lesnar, purely, there's only one word for me. I was sitting next to the biggest Goldberg.
SAWFT, soft.
I'll spell it out for you if you'd like, but no, I was sitting next to the biggest Goldberg mark I've ever met. Like,
there's a Goldberg mark?
Mike.
I can see there's some.
Mike Warziniak.
Okay. Yeah, big muscle head.
Yeah, big muscle head. Fucking loved Goldberg. Oh, my God. Loved Goldberg, right? Like, I cried when he beat Raven for the U.S. title, and Mike was fucking there, like, with little sparklers.
You're so emo, bro.
But anyway. So, and we're all sitting there, and it's over, because it lasted, like, 2 minutes. And like, when he pushed him down, I was like, oh, these guys are going to hit each other. This is going to be a fight. And then it was over, and I swear to God, the first thing I thought was, oh, it's like UFC finish.
Yes.
Oh, it's like the Conor McGregor finish. Oh, it's like the Ronda Rousey finish. They're trying to swerve you that way and be like, this can happen here, too.
And it should. And that picked the right guy for that. It was Bill Goldberg, who beat a million guys like that before.
Well, and he's got the one, he originated the spear. He's got maybe, he was the guy who came up with it, really.
I'm pretty sure that was him.
So
I didn't see that move before.
Boom, boom, right? A high-impact move that requires little to no preparation and is sudden and
easy to take, easy to bump for.
Boom, boom. 2 spears in a row. It's like, well, that...
After I saw the spear, I was like, this is it.
The first one.
Is it.
Well,
the first one. I was like, this is it.
Really?
Yeah. Because Brock... You can always tell with him when he took all those tombstones, he just didn't even sell them. When he took that first spear, he sold it like he got hit with a cannonball in the stomach.
Sure. He was
And
rolling around.
So much so to the point where like all these things flashed into my head where I was like, that's it. He's done. And then I was like, wait, is he actually hurt?
Right.
Because I thought that like the diverticulitis and the stomach thing. What the fuck do I know?
Sure,
You know what I'm saying?
though.
But yeah, just a mark. But like, like I really enjoyed the way that they swerved us for the finish, and I really enjoy the fact that Bill Goldberg is the top babyface in the company. Like I said before, one of the best promos. I think if we didn't have Chris Jericho, he might be the best promo in the company right now. To be honest with you, and
Enzo,
who the fuck said that?
Enzo,
Okay, I'm
what
sorry.
are you doing?
I apologize. Right? That's but it's really to more emphasize the fact that I'm so shocked at Goldberg's capabilities and how well he's done here.
I hated him in WCW.
He was a shit promo. I mean, I didn't hate him, but I was a little kid then.
And when he came back to Raw, in like 2002, whatever, I still hated him. And I was like, oh, yeah, see, this is why I hated him. He's boring as fuck, right? Now I'm compelled. I'm interested.
I hate to say it, I was the only one that took Goldberg in the picks. That's it. I proved both you guys wrong.
Okay, so that's a great segue. So
shirt
how
do you
do
want?
we do, bro?
All right, so Joe was 2 wins, 3 losses. Bear, after his tons of hot streaks that he had lately.
I got that mic sounding right for you right now. By the
Sounds perfect over here, too. It sounds real good. Best it's ever sounded before.
Yeah.
Bear, 1 win, 4 losses. And I finally won. I'm 3 wins and 2 losses.
Whoa! Hey!
Excellent. All right, so Bret the Hitman gets something
Congratulations.
out of the WWE shop for winning the very first time, and we'll.
But he already owns all the shirts.
I know. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
We're gonna have to buy him like a
Maybe a
fucking
Christmas ornament or
dinner
something
with
like that.
Becky Lynch or something.
So I don't remember if it was last year or I don't know about dinner with Becky Lynch. I'm not gonna. We're not. Let's not go down that rabbit hole today. As a matter of fact, that's the whole gender thing in wrestling is going to come up in a little bit. But listen, I got a Christmas ornament. I guess ornaments a few years ago that were a table, a ladder, and a chair. And they all have little TLCs on them.
Aw.
And it's the best.
Perfect.
It's
That's
the
a
best.
perfect gift.
It's the best
I
part.
have Seth Rollins and a John Cena one, and then I think I have I have another one too. I got him last year.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So we'll fill you in with the Hitman's decision on what we get him out of the WWE shop.
I guess the closest thing I could say is when I moved to Lexington, Kentucky, my mother and 12-year-old sister got me a WWE shower curtain.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first time I moved for that job, I didn't have a shower curtain when I got there, and I almost came home. I was like, fuck this. I can't even take a shower. I've been in an airport all day. Whatever. So they got me a WWE shower curtain, and I put it up, and like my buddies came over. They were like, "Why is John Cena watching me pee, bro?"
Yeah, I don't like this right now.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
You guys want to jump into the TLC card, or do you want
Well-
to do that last, or what do you want to do?
I think we should probably breeze through the picks here. What we're going to do is...
There's only 6 matches that I have right now.
There's only 6 booked matches, and we're not going to go into the whole fantasy booking thing because, in all honesty, they're not even going into the fantasy. They're not booking or fantasy. It's just going to be matches, and that's the thing. Like, where do we draw the line here?
What does Kevin Dunn look like?
I don't know. A quick Google search will handle that. But what I was going to say
I'll bet he's just pathetic looking.
was that
I'm working my way into their social graces right now.
I bitched really hard about just kind of forcing the Hell in a Cell matches on everybody, and this is even worse. This is every match being forced. The only one that I thought it was a cool kind of somewhat setup, and I will admit right now, I did not watch Raw or SmackDown this week, but last week I did, and I liked the Baron Corbin Kalisto setup.
Okay.
So if that's the best thing you got for me on this show right now, then
Yeah, you didn't hear they changed it to a 3-way match with your friend now,
No.
with Apollo Crews.
Oh
yeah.
my
No.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
that was good, but
You would have been like, wait, what the fuck?
We both bit, dude. I was like disgusted.
I haven't
for a
seen
second
Apollo
there.
Crews in months, so
Joe
got
what a
his fucking,
treat this fuck is.
Joe got his wish.
So I found a picture of Kevin Dunn, everybody, and this looks like this is from like the 90s. This is not new.
Is Danny
but
Brooke with him? Or
Jesus, I'd hate to see what he looks like now, 20 years later.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
okay.
Kevin Dunn?
There you go. So everybody just pull up Google, just look, and then just laugh with us. Regardless.
I would like to see a few Kevin Dunn memes. If you could send me some Kevin Dunn memes, hit me up at Joey Etch on Twitter. That's
has to be on
JoeyEch.
Twitter?
I have like 4 fucking names now.
Can I just put it on Facebook?
You could put them on Facebook, sure.
Cool. I'm old. I know
At Joey
Twitter.
Etch on Facebook as well. I'm sorry. I'll break down the fourth wall of kayfabe here. I've got 5 fucking names for all kinds of different shows, and I should really keep it consistent, but I don't. Because like if you're on the radio, like Joey Etch sounds weird. It's really tough to spit out when you're got to be quick and you got to do things. It's really harsh. And I have like a sibilance problem because I got a fucking chip front tooth.
What's your,
so
what's
the
your
whole
name
fucking
on the
thing.
station over here?
Joey Valens.
Joey Valens. Okay.
Sibilance.
Exactly. So
Sounds like a late night love type of guy.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Joey Valentine.
Right. And then I got, of course, the
Disgusting.
Joe Mago alter ego, but that's really just to ride on the Rock's coattails like the rest of the Samoans. All right. So,
Reigns. Go.
Roman Reigns.
right. So,
So we'll breeze through these picks because we got so much shit to talk about.
we're trying here, okay?
Or are we not now?
I'm saying I would like to breeze through them, but I can't keep my mouth shut.
Since Joe liked the little segment between Kalisto and Baron Corbin, we'll start off with that match, and it is officially a chairs match.
I know who's going to lose. The fans. And I also know who's going to lose. Kalisto, because 205 Live is recorded after SmackDown every Tuesday. What the fuck are you still doing on SmackDown, bro? Go cruiserweight like a cruiserweight.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before. Kalisto should have been probably in the running for the initial champion. And I'm going to go with Baron Corbin on this one. Keeping some sort of weird feud alive between him and the cruiserweight, which I don't hate, but I don't think he's the right guy for it.
Yeah, I'm also going to lock in with Baron Corbin, so all three of us got the same pick.
Nope, I'm going to go with Kalisto.
All right,
Because I gotta switch it up.
You don't gotta.
I do.
I just can't see it going any other way.
Well, first off, Kalisto
sure?
beat Ryback.
You're going to Kalisto?
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck Baron Corbin.
All right.
How about this? I'm never going to pick Baron Corbin.
Oh, please.
How about that?
Mark that down.
Yeah, I will. I'll earmark this on the episode because what'll happen is a year from now he'll be like one of the top guys doing like a stick or something, and we'll all love him.
How's he going to be
You
Hold
never
your
know.
tongue. Hold
you
your
never
tongue,
know,
bro.
I don't think I don't think he's got it either. But
The only time I ever liked Kane was in Team Hell No. That's it. Literally it.
yeah, I'm trying.
How long has he been here?
I thought Kane and DX was kind of cool, but dude, we've went over this a million times.
Sorry, bad radio.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
facial reaction
Yeah,
was
it's
just
bad.
priceless.
Bear's facial is good in the ring, terrible on the radio. But in all honesty, we've talked about this at nauseam on this show.
Sure.
I was prime demographic for Degeneration X. Literally, they started and I was 11, and by the time they wrapped it up, I was 14. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking dick jokes, dude. Like,
It was quick.
Yeah, but it's just so anything that DX did at the time, I enjoyed, and then X Factor happened. Remember that?
I liked X Factor.
You liked X Factor?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Justin Credible was in it.
And fucking Albert. I like Albert.
I like Albert too. He's so ugly though. He's got that fucking sweater.
He's a strange looking individual.
He's got that
But
sweater.
I do like. Oh, okay.
Just complete body
I was
hair
like,
sweater.
nobody wears a sweater. Oh,
Dude, I'm a hairy guy. Man, that dude, he's wearing a sweater. He looks like
I'm never shaving. I'm not shaving my body hair when I get out there. It's staying on.
Yeah, but depending on your gimmick,
Right.
it will.
So,
Shit.
Kalisto, let's go.
Kalisto locked in. All right, the next match is a no disqualification match. Nikki Bella versus Carmella.
Nikki has improved a lot in the ring.
She has. The real question is, do they want to prolong this feud?
No.
Then Nikki goes over.
Bears locking in with Nikki Bella.
Mm,
Or wait.
What's
hold
the
on.
stakes here?
nothing, but it's
Nothing.
no DQ. So is it the payoff for the feud? If it's the payoff, then I say Nikki, But what's the next pay-per-view? Is the Rumble?
Didn't they mention something on Raw briefly? that there was going to be one in between.
I'll take Nikki purely because
Roadblock is
Yeah,
for
what's
Raw.
this
That's-
road-
That's for Raw only though. This
Right,
might be
but I'm
the-
saying there's another Raw pay-per-view in between now and
You
the
mean
Rumble.
SmackDown?
No, this Hell in a Cell. I mean, TLC is SmackDown,
Yeah, TLC. Then
and then
Roadblock
Roadblock is Raw.
and that might be it then.
All right.
And then it goes to the
I
Rumble.
fucking hope so. Holy shit. Dude, I can't keep up with anything. I would love to watch me some Ring of Honor, but I can't do it. I haven't even seen
Wait a
205.
minute. Roadblock is before Rumble now? It's supposed to be before WrestleMania.
Right, but I think they're putting Elimination Chamber back.
Yeah, Elimination
Fuck
Chamber is
this
coming
shit.
back.
Okay.
No, it's
We're
serious.
breezing through the picks. I'm not trying to be a dick.
No,
It's
you're
just
not being a
we
dick.
talked about
It's
this.
insane.
We're breezing through the picks so we can talk about Cody Rhodes and Ring of Honor real
Hey,
quick.
Kevin, stop taking your ugly bucktooth aggression out on the fact that we have to watch pay-per-views constantly. That's all we do.
24/7.
It's the only thing this show's even about now. Keep it moving.
By the way, TakeOver was great. Okay.
Oh, sick. We can't talk about any of it.
Yep.
So good.
No DQ match. Nikki Bella versus Carmella.
Nikki.
Carmella, she's the heel. Gotta put the heel over in a no DQ match like that.
I'll go Nikki because Total Bellas is on.
How much you want to bet Nikki gets hurt at this match? Why would you put someone as fragile as she is, as valuable as she is, and has shown so much improvement in a no DQ match like this for nothing? Whatever. Let's move on.
I'm going with Carmella too.
I just don't get it. She's got all these. She had the neck fusion, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, SmackDown Women's title, and it's a tables match. Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss.
Love
Becky.
Alexa.
Wow.
I just love her. I probably won't pick her against her. I honestly, to quote the great man Kevin Dunn, I can't stand that accent. I just really can't. Like, they're like Sheamus and Finn. They've got that, like, I think I said this already. They have that like Dublin, like, understandable accent. That woman is from like the hillside.
I think it's adorable.
Can't understand a single
I'm
word
gonna
she's saying.
lock in with Becky Lynch too.
Okay,
Ha.
Alexa's the shit. She's a great traditional heel. Perfect.
She is.
I'm
She's a
not
great
saying
heel.
I don't like her, that she's not good. I'm just saying I don't see him taking it off Becky yet. Maybe it will be Alexa who takes it off
I
her.
saw some internet ass clown today saying, "Hey, can somebody please buy Alexa Bliss a personality? Like, she's a heel. She's
a
she's
fucking heel,
great at it.
asshole.
I bet you when she's a baby face, she'll be all full of personality."
It's definitely the opposite. Always, faces have zero personality.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
like Austin's personality developed when he was a heel, and then he just said the same shit over and over again. Same with The Rock. Same with everybody. You know.
But do you guys agree with me? I mean, she shows like this such viciousness, like all the little intricacies that she does.
Yeah.
Her character is better as a heel. If she was, in
Well, that particular character, right?
yeah, I would say that particular character.
Well,
for
I
sure.
think she's great.
Right now, it's perfect.
All right,
There's nothing else I can really say about it. Like
Yeah.
she's doing her job.
she's doing good. Yeah, absolutely.
We are going to do the SmackDown Tag Team Title match. The number one contenders match on SmackDown this week was Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt versus American Alpha, and Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt won. So it's Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt versus Heath Slater and Rhino for the SmackDown Tag Titles, and there is no stipulation to this match yet. It just has it booked as a regular match at this moment, which I'm sure they'll change that.
I don't know if they're going to change that. I don't know how you
This
do.
is the only match that doesn't have a stipulation to it.
Right, but it's pretty much it's the immediate. It's the top of the undercard, and
I'm just going to lock in with Wyatt and Orton now, stealing the tag team titles.
yeah, take the belts and then have the feud off of that
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah. Well, after some time, I think they hold them for a minute.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say they hold them for
What
like
the fuck? Nothing with Rhino and Slater.
nothing.
You got nothing
They
for
did
Heath Slater.
nothing.
You got that's what I'm saying. You got nothing for Heath Slater. I wasn't saying nothing in the picks. I was saying nothing with creatively.
Yeah.
you
They got nothing.
they have
Jack shit. They
as
just stand there and
funny
they
as
watch
Heath
the
Slater
matches.
is, and how much he got over with the
They
whole.
were huge. I was just agreeing. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you.
you didn't. And Rhino, like, there's something there. You know what? That might be it, though. We might be putting the WWE to blame. Didn't Rhino just win like an office?
No.
He won some sort of
I
election.
think he lost.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, if he lost, there's no reason. Get the beard back. Man the fuck up.
There are three types of people. Not me personally, but this is a saying. There are 3 types of people I will never trust. Children, they lie. Women, they lie.
And Paul Heyman.
And politicians, they lie.
And Paul
None of
Heyman.
them can grow a beard. Grow a beard and be trustworthy.
That's a good point.
There's a guy in New Milford right now who just got elected to state senate, and he's got he's right about, he's not quite Braun Strowman, but he's right about like Luke Harper with the beard.
Wow. He's going to have to shave that.
Really?
Hashtag debunked.
He's gonna
No,
have
that's his whole thing. He's like the common man.
to- Oh, okay.
He's never been a politician before.
You know, Dusty Rose didn't have
He's also a
beard.
Santa Claus and wants $1,200 to do it, but what do I know?
Wow. $1,200.
Yeah, he won't be working with a certain radio station for that.
$1,200, please.
Pipe bomb!
Yeah.
Let him know, Joe.
All right.
Who are you locking in with? Wyatt and Orton?
No,
or
yeah,
Strowman
yeah,
right now?
yeah.
Wyatt and Orton?
Uh-huh.
It's cool, right? And
Sweep.
you know, and it's okay that we do this stuff. Like, listen, Survivor Series, there was a lot of stakes going on. There was a lot of different things. There's a lot of different things that could happen and a lot of different storylines that came out of it. So, of course, those picks are going to kind of sort of be all over the place. But these, they're run-of-the-mill. We didn't even have any build.
IC title match, which is a ladder match.
Oh, Jesus
The Miz versus
Christ.
Dolph Ziggler again.
What the fuck?
But it has
What
potential to be a
feud.
great match. But, you know, the feud
It's
is
going to
just...
be a really good match.
The feud is just
Awesome. Yeah,
becoming
it
too
is.
much.
It
The payoff already
It will be a
happened.
great match.
It will be a great match.
But the
Awesome.
feud is just becoming too much.
I've had enough.
The payoff already happened. For sure.
I don't even know. This is a crapshoot. This
They
is literally,
can't top the other one.
This is literally a coin flip.
Does SmackDown not have the guys to match up for these titles? Is that why we just keep seeing the same matches over and
I
over
don't
again?
think we have any clear-cut baby faces, and I don't think we've got...
The company doesn't have any clear-cut baby faces.
Do we need John Cena
So
back
what was
now?
with this whole... We had a huge match that was literally had us fooled, swerved the shit out of us about Ziggler's career.
All of us.
Now, then, we had that weird fucking Sami Zayn thing, which also swerved us.
Well, that
And
didn't
so-
swerve us. That was just stupid.
It swerved me. I thought the belt was going at Raw.
Well, but that's what I mean. Is like the fact that the Miz won the night before or whatever the fuck. Like, what are you doing?
So you think that was because they didn't want to have Ziggler lose to Zayn?
But then nobody lost to Zayn. So
I can't pick this one. I guess Ziggler, since they've just been flipping it all over the place.
I'll say Ziggler because Ziggler won a previous ladder match for the IC title in the past. So, man,
Listen, I know it's going to be a great match, but just not interested.
So you guys are both locking in with Ziggler?
How could you? So what?
Go.
How ridiculous is it that I'm not interested in a match between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz?
How ridiculous is it that they brought us to this point?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you could sit there and have the most passionate fans boo the shit out of Roman Reigns. But if they're complacent and don't give a flying fuck, that's when you've really got a problem. And that's where I am at right now with this particular feud.
I'm locking in with The Miz.
All right.
I can't believe they...
Where's Trishelle been?
What?
No.
Who?
No MTV fans from the late 90s.
Trishelle? I know who she is.
She used to date The Miz.
She used to date
forever.
The Miz, and
Yeah.
so did Coral, too.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're the black chick.
Yeah. Coral was bad. She's real bad.
I doubt she's as bad as fucking Marie's.
Nope.
No, not even close.
not
Either is
not a
Trishelle,
chance.
so-
Yeah.
It
Gomez.
took me a second to get that until you said it like the second time. I was like, Trishelle.
Go-
Real World.
Gomez.
It's like when Ambrose, it's like, you look skeevy, you look gross. You're banging Renee Young.
Yeah. My wife hates her.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. She's not usually like that. I think maybe she thinks like Renee's like really fake, which we
Well.
don't. I don't know. Maybe she has better intuition.
Fucking media personality, you know?
No,
Like,
God damn those people.
well, they're all fake.
I'm not.
No, but
as I talked about my 6 names.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, that's a presentation. You know, it may be an extension of your personality.
Sure.
I've been a performer as well, but you're
Yeah.
never. And I mean more like a band
Yes.
front man. As a band front man, I'm an extension of my personality, but it's
Sure.
never who I am at heart.
It's just like everybody at wrestling. You turned up to 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Something always seems off or awkward about her when she's doing interviews or whatever.
I guess,
she's doing.
something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
Here's the
It's-
thing. You know what seems.
I don't mind her, but it just seems like that. So maybe something.
You know what might seem a little
awkward
weird
for
to
her
you
or
is
something?
the
I don't know.
is the pre-shows. She's on the pre-shows and she just doesn't. She doesn't. She has to like. She has a lot to toe. She's the anchor, and it doesn't always work out that
Doesn't
way.
always
when
work out as good as
Booker
it should.
and Jerry just start talking nonsense.
Nonsense over and over. All right, we have one match left. It's
We don't even have to pick this.
AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose, tables, ladders, chairs match for the WWE World Title.
Again, just like Miz, right? This is going to be a spectacle. There's going to be shit going on. Both of these guys can perform the shit out of a TLC match, but I mean, AJ's walking away with the belt. He's got to defend it at the Rumble against either Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker. So
The champ that runs the camp.
the champ that runs the camp against either The Undertaker or Shawn Michaels, like,
Locking in too, Joe?
Yeah.
Me too. AJ Styles, all three
no
of us.
fucking doubt, dude. Like, why even like this match is going to shorten somebody's career, so it better be good.
Ambrose is so lame. Get this guy some gear. Something.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Something.
That fills out the card. That's it. And when we get
It took like 15 minutes. It's done.
Awesome. Great.
I'll text you guys like a
Fantastic.
pre-match or something if they get one.
Okay, so
Why not? You know?
we are a bunch of ignorant fools who have shit to do. So we didn't watch 205 live, but we'll catch up on that and we'll figure it out. We'll talk about
Rich
the
Swann
cruiserweights.
won the cruiserweight title.
Right. Rich Swann is now the cruiserweight champion. How do we feel?
Says volumes for AR Fox. Although he's showing up on Lucha Underground. But every time I see Rich Swann do anything, I'm like, that means AR Fox could be there. To
Yeah.
me. They're the
Yeah.
same fucking guy. Not literally, but
They're very similar.
yeah.
I don't know. Rich Swann's got a little something extra,
When you see Raw this
but
week,
AR Fox has it in a different way.
Yeah.
But it's not the same thing. This is
Did you see
much
Fox
more.
on Lucha?
I
Or no?
have. No, I did not. I thought you said, have you seen Fox?
No, but on Lucha, he's killing it. Like, his character is like mysterious, and his the move set is sick, and like the
It's the current
acrobatics are
season?
sick. Yeah,
How's the current season?
I haven't watched like everything.
Okay, you just seen some AR Fox stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
I had to. It's CT.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any yet, though. I only watched the first season of Lucha. I didn't even see the second.
I watch the highlights every week. Same with the Ring of Honor. Like, I watch the highlights. I just can't, sit down for a fucking hour every time.
We really fucked up with that Ring of Honor card. This we should have planned that out. We should have looked. From now on, I think they hold it. I think they try to hold it at the Hammerstein final battle for Ring of Honor is what we're
Just
talking
got to
about.
keep an eye open for Ring of Honor at the Hammerstein at all. Ever. Because we can always go.
We can always go.
I mean,
It was
it's
so fun last time.
every time.
I've only been to the Ring of Honor that one time.
Oh, I've been there like 3 times. I saw
'cause they used
2
to-
ladder wars.
They used to show a lot in Connecticut, right?
No, twice or 3 times at the Hammerstein I seen him.
Oh, Ray used to live in New York. Right.
Yeah. And then I've seen him in Connecticut 2 or 3 times too.
Sickness. So, Final Battle is on pay-per-view this weekend, and make sure you go check it out. The card is incredible. I don't think we'll have time to break it all down for you.
So stupid
but,
stacked,
like,
dude.
stupid
Every
stacked.
match is sick.
Cody versus Jay Lethal? Oh my God, that match is going to be insane. That match is going to be nuts.
And the funny thing is, we can hype it up like that and talk about it, and you're like, go, and you expect people to do fucking triple shooting star presses off the balcony. That's not what we're talking about.
No.
It's just going to be a really good story being told.
100%. Good stories being told, real strong style, real stiff. And it's always, you always come out of it satisfied but wanting more.
Yeah.
And that's the way you should come out.
And I'll throw this out there real quick because I was going to ask this question. Do you watch Ring of Honor at all, Brett? Or not much?
no, I wanted to recently since you guys have been talking about it so much. So
Cody Rhodes said Final Battle that he is doing right now is bigger than WrestleMania to him. I was going to ask if you thought it was bullshit or if it was legit. I think it's legit, and I'm happy to say why, unless you'd like to go first.
Let's hear it.
I
'Cause I don't agree.
Okay, so Stardust in a 12-person ladder match at WrestleMania that isn't even barely on the card might have opened the card and doesn't really, yeah, there's way more people there. Yeah, it's the showcase of the Immortals. But to Cody Rhodes, the individual, wrestling the best wrestler in the company, who is also the longest reigning champion in the company, right, in front of by considerably smaller, that's even an exaggeration, like a bare fraction of an audience.
Probably literally the ringside row almost.
But every
in a major
individual in that room is obsessed with the product and throwing every ounce of their being and passion into watching this match, right? To Cody Rhodes, the individual, I can see how he will get more for himself and his brand out of this match than he did with something previous at WrestleMania, with the exception possibly of the Big Show Intercontinental title match.
Okay. Interesting. Fuck the Big Show. He's had plenty of other incredible programs and gearing up toward great stuff.
But I meant for Cody.
That's what I mean. I'm not talking about Big Show. I mean for Cody. I mean, I guess maybe that's probably...
It was for the IC title. And, WrestleMania, the Big Show, like, I'm not saying the Big Show, like, is expected to win. In fact, he's expected to lose. He's the monster to be toppled at the Showcase of the Immortals.
Okay. I disagree with you. I feel like no matter what, there is no way that the Hammerstein Ballroom, take away all of the history it's got with the ECW, take away all the history it's got with Monday Night Raw and the initial things, take all that wrestling shit away. It's been running wrestling for 50 years. There's no feeling like the anticipation. I don't even know. I can't imagine that there's any feeling like the anticipation of going in front of 80 to 100,000 people.
Right.
Not only that, there's no feeling like the motherfucking paycheck that you're going to get from standing in front of 80 to 100,000 people. Now, that's not to say that Cody Rhodes didn't grow up rich. That's not to say that Cody Rhodes even feels like, you know what? Okay, he probably doesn't care all that much about money at this point. Right?
Oh, definitely not.
But he definitely
getting paid hand over fist for these appearances, right, for these matches.
But he left the but not in comparison to what he's already got, or even in comparison to any WWE year.
Well, right, okay.
So that being said, he's got so much potential in and outside of the wrestling ring, obviously. But the thing is that that's not that main stage. And I feel like someone like Cody Rhodes, who needs to be the very best, he left the company because he wasn't being allowed, in his opinion, to be the very best he could be, just needs to feel that way. And I just don't think that this is going to be satiating enough for his appetite. And in that way, I think he's full of shit.
Okay. Well, do you think that this kind of as big as it gets when you're not at the granddaddy of Mall, right? Do you think him performing to capacity?
Well, there's always the 2-hour special at the Matt Hardy compound.
Oh, God. See, now, okay. Derailed.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
Not deleted.
I know.
Derailed.
Delete my last statement. I'm sorry. Dude,
I wrestled in backyards, and I think that shit is fucking pitiful, but...
I like the segments. I don't want you to see a full 2-hour show at the compound.
Who's going to watch that?
That's going to ruin the whole thing.
Somebody fucking enjoy a moment of your own life and not sit down and watch that for 2 fucking hours. You disgust me.
Maybe it'll be such an abomination. Maybe it'll be such an abomination that, like, that's the straw that breaks the camel's back for TNA, and then the Hardys show up at the Rumble.
Maybe, you know what? How about this? Maybe I'm just a big enough asshole that I just said that. I'm sorry, guys. Because I've watched some things that I'm not proud of having watched. But do not watch the 2-hour
like
total nonstop deletion.
Like the last 35 years of your life
and
with the Raiders.
Enjoy it. I'm not even 35 yet, bro.
Whatever.
Yes. 9-2, lead the AFC. Lead the entire AFC, including the Patriots.
That's the only reason I can make that joke. No, I would have made that joke last year, too.
I traded Crabtree in a league just this last week.
You traded? Are you... Oh, of course you're fucking high.
Don't worry. I packaged him for Odell Beckham Jr., don't worry.
Well, that's good. Hey.
Had to do it.
Think about the points, though, bro.
Had to do it.
The points aren't going to compare. The only thing that the Giants have going for him over the next 4 weeks is going to be Odell. He's going to make all the plays.
Crabtree makes all the plays.
Yeah.
He's mad at me right now.
No, I'm not mad. I just think you're bragging about, like, it's like that guy who's walking around in the club and, like, the chick walks by and everyone's looking at her body and they're like, oh, wow, she looks good. But then, like, her face is busted as fuck. And the guy like me who's saying, you got to wake up, roll over, and look at that face in the morning. Okay, bud? I don't care how good her body looks. That's what I'm saying. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to play far less football this year than Crabtree is because the playoffs count. Boom.
All right.
Sorry, now I wasn't talking shit about your Giants, but now you actually were talking shit about my Raiders. So
Yeah, that's where it came from.
okay.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
I would love a Raiders Giants Super Bowl. That's what I'll root
That'd be
for.
pretty nice.
All right,
That'd
for
be
you
some-
guys.
That'd
for
be
you
different.
dummies.
For you dummies.
That would be something really different.
That'd be nice.
Totally, no, it would be totally interesting too.
Well, Shepard and Odell and is Cruz playing?
Yeah, he's
No,
playing.
He's back.
Not doing much.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
I don't remember at all what we were talking about. I think it had something to
Deletion.
do with reading
Cody.
Honor and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, go out of your way and watch the Final Battle. It's always a great show, and this is one of the most stacked cards I've seen in a very long time in Ring of Honor. Definitely check out Will Ospreay. He'll be WWE bound very shortly. Well, after his contract that he just signed.
or he could be that stubborn guy who's like, I won't go there, like AJ Styles was for a while.
Or the Briscoes.
Yeah.
Did you see Raw or no?
I read results.
Sasha Banks won the title back.
I did.
Incredible
See
match.
that.
They started the match about an hour through Raw, and then it became a double count out. So Mick Foley came down. And
I did see that, but I didn't see the second match.
Said they're going to restart it. What was it? Falls Count Anywhere, first time for the women. It was,
And that's the as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh,
it was legit.
this is the night now one of them dies.
It was a legit match. It was fucking crazy. It was pretty good.
They just crazy. Was it too crazy? Like, were those women about to get really seriously hurt? For
There was a
I
few.
saw a picture
There
of
was a few crazy
Charlotte
moves. She did the moonsault.
bent backwards like a camel clutch over like a railing in
That's
the
how she lost.
crowd.
That's how she lost. That's how she tapped out.
Jesus.
You're gonna enjoy that match a lot. And when Rich Swann, he fought Noam Dar on Raw.
So he fought Noam Dar on Raw and then won the belt the next night?
Yeah, Brian Kendrick was watching because he was with the announcers. But dude, these kicks that Rich Swann is fucking putting on people, you got to see.
Dude,
him.
he's
They're
great.
Unfucking believable.
Oh, yeah,
People on the internet are going nuts.
Oh, yeah,
about
he's
it.
great. He's absolutely
You should have
great.
seen this one from Raw on Noam Dar. You got to
Now,
see it.
I don't know if see, but now see that has a lot to do with the opponent, right? Like, I don't think T.J. Perkins is going to take those kicks like Noam Dar is going to take those kicks. You
Or
know?
even, I'll bet Kendrick
It was
would.
beautiful.
Kendrick probably would for
He
sure.
was in ring. He was
Yeah.
he was a founding man in Ring of
Right?
Honor.
Yeah, I'm sure Kendrick would take him, but I don't know.
In other news, also, Roman Reigns earned a title shot because he defeated Kevin Owens. So they already announced it for Roadblock. So I don't know if Seth Rollins is going to get on that triple threat, maybe. But
Is it called Roadblock, or are we
Yeah.
talking shit?
They're going
Is it- It's
Roadblock.
not called something else.
Roadblock, WWE Roadblock, December coming up soon.
Regardless, I think that Reigns. How about you just like enjoy the U.S. title for a second, dude? Like we were all like saying, like, "Oh, this is perfect. This will get him back in the fans' graces. He'll be defending a smaller title. He won't be shoved down their throats. It's going to work to build his character." And now all of a sudden they're like, "Nope, here you go. You're in the world title hunt again. Don't worry about the U.S. title at all."
They just continue to shove them down our throats. It's fucking
Fuck,
bullshit,
dude.
man.
Like, stop. Rollins is still here. Like, Goldberg is here. Like, you could do a million things.
Rollins has been a very good babyface, I think.
He always was. He just was trying to be a heel, and it didn't work.
He's all swarmy. Yeah, he was pretty good at the swarmy, whiny thing, but who wants to see that in a champion?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
See, you saw Raw the week before, right? When Chris Jericho came out in the Sin Cara mask.
yeah,
Okay, so did you see
that was awesome.
You know what he
He's
said on
so
Raw about
good,
it?
man.
He said, hold on, I quoted him for this. He said he was trying to trick everybody. He said that wasn't me, Chris Jericho, wearing a Sin Cara mask. He said it was Sin Cara wearing a Chris Jericho mask.
Yeah.
And he said he got the mask of Jericho and he put it on.
Yeah,
man.
that was a great. That was that,
Dude,
I
I
saw
couldn't.
that line.
I couldn't get enough of that. I watched it back like 5 times.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought I didn't have high expectations for Raw after Survivor Series, but I was pleasantly surprised there too.
It was surprising. It was. New Day retained the titles against the Club on Raw.
Yep.
And I don't know. There's one other.
How was the American Alpha match?
On SmackDown?
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
They're so talented.
They had actually really good promo that they did on SmackDown for the Wyatts, and you have to watch it. It was actually really good. And then the Wyatts went right after and had a really good one too.
Very cool. I will definitely check that out.
It's definitely interesting because they were talking like way more than they ever had before, and it was. Really
Did they
good.
do the Ready, Willing, and Gable thing?
I don't believe so.
They
too.
cut that out.
I think he might have done it
That's so
quickly. He
good.
might have done it quickly at the end, but when they were doing it, it was
Yeah.
like a 5-minute promo. They did like a lot of shit. It was pretty good.
That's cool. I definitely have to check that out. A lot of new shows on the network. Everything. There's just so much. Who can possibly consume all this?
It's crazy how much wrestling there is right now.
Children,
Yeah.
Children, that's it.
children, high school children, like people who don't have life or a career.
Austin Aries is on 205 Live.
Is he?
He was doing commentary.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Well, he's
I saw
hurt
he's doing
still, though.
commentary.
He'll be
Well, his
back. wrestling.
eyeball exploded.
Yeah.
So
Fucking orbital bone like that, man.
what's this article you were talking about?
Okay. So the Common Man podcast, an ode to Dusty. Shout out to the guys at Common Man. But they posted an article that is called Top 5 Wrestling Fans That Need to Go Away. And I thought it was just kind of interesting. Like, it's a little fun. It's a little bit of a goof on a lot of the internet wrestling fans. And I'm just kind of wondering what you think of these fans and whether or not we fall into any of these categories. So the honorable, and this might be a little rough.
I'll probably fall into 2 of them or 3 of them.
The honorable mention is called the Women Wrestling SJWs. SJW stands for Social Justice Warriors.
Oh God!
And so basically, he says obviously he's a huge fan of women's wrestling, but that being said, there's a lot of social justice warriors that are turning fans off to wrestling. Like, yes, Sasha Banks is a great wrestler, but she does have her flaws. And Bayley is probably one of the most over wrestlers right now, but she also has a long way to go. And what he's saying is that internet wrestling fans, whenever you make those comments like Sasha Banks is great, but she's still got this and that, like I say all the time, like, hey, how about you not try and kill yourself and things like that. Some internet wrestling fans are just completely going off the wall and saying that that's like a sexist remark. And so in that way,
So you can't acknowledge a flaw because they're a woman, which is actually just as sexist.
right,
Right.
exactly. So that's what we're saying, and we've seen a lot of that in society. So I don't want to get into a whole political breakdown right now, but I don't think that's any of us here. I think we've pretty much we obviously admire the way they look because they're women and we're men. However, I think we're able to sort of separate that when it comes to the match thing. I mean, I asked Brett how the match was. You talked about a spot that you saw, and that was pretty much it. So that was
I mean, when the conversation about how they look is the conversation about how they look. That's not related to the conversation about their in-ring work, right?
right. But are we being sexist for that? No, right? Because we're not attracted to men. Like Cody Rhodes throws an awesome moonsault. I don't give a fuck what his package looks
Yeah,
like.
but Cody Rhodes is kind of pretty. I'm just saying.
The lisp. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to wake up to that in the morning.
No, but in real life, that's what I mean. Is like, yeah, once in a while I might be like, yeah, Sasha, wow, right? But like at the end of the day, if you want to talk to me about her wrestling, I'm going to talk about her wrestling. I'm not, me personally, anyone in this room, we can talk about being attracted to somebody, and like, how about this? How about women talking about Randy Orton, right? Or John Cena? How about what I have to endure anytime I'm, on a date with a girl who knows anything about wrestling, and they're like, oh, but this one, and I'm like, yo, hang on, here's a napkin you're drooling.
Yeah.
Like,
Cena was on HGH, by the way, hence the length.
it goes backwards.
Number 5, Cena haters. Flat out, this guy says these fans need to go away.
I agree that the Cena hater who doesn't provide.
When I met you,
Okay.
I literally had on the Rise Above Hate shirt, and you and Ace completely ridiculed me. As a matter of fact, you didn't know me, and Paulie introduced us, and I had and Paulie introduced us that we were both huge marks, and I had a Cena shirt on, and for you there was no way that I could be a legit mark because I had a John Cena shirt on. Tell me that did or did not happen.
I don't remember.
You definitely happened.
I was probably wasted. So, to be completely honest,
No, because I immediately brought up doing a podcast.
but this was years ago too.
Yeah.
You know,
When there was
the height of
it was
the
like
just
it was like Cena Orton 87. You know what I mean? And so what happened is I presented a podcast idea to you right off the bat, and you were still like not sold on the fact that I was.
Well, here's the thing, though. Everyone I've talked to a lot of people about doing a podcast, doing a radio show, or doing a band, or doing a show like a play. Like my entire adult life has been people pitching me on like, well, let's do this, and I'm like, yeah, well, when I see like some kind of serious fucking movement,
Right.
then we'll talk. But like in the meantime, I actually have serious movement doing this, and this. So this podcast actually is one of the redemptive things of my later adulthood. I'm really happy to be doing it, and I would not forego the time that I take to do this for anything else. That said, sure, the guy in the Cena shirt saying we should talk about wrestling sometimes, I might have been like, okay, cool. So we'll talk about Cena and Edge 15 and Orton being the best wrestler in the world and how much your girlfriend likes fucking Fandango's abs and done, you know. You never know, man.
Yeah, Breeze has better abs. So anyway,
Breeze has better hair. Fandango looked like a fucking Ken doll, dude. He looked like a He-Man doll for a minute.
So basically, on the Cena haters thing, he does differentiate the two. He says that there are ones that like to boo Cena, but have fun with that have fun with the booing him,
Yes.
but actually respect his
Like
work
Jimmy
rate.
Rave in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but then there's guys that wish Cena would actually get hurt, turn heel, go back to the rapping gimmick and all that, or think he legitimately can't work. Remember those "you can't wrestle" chants that were really asinine?
That's, yeah, well, sure.
That was asinine. But, you know, I think he's proven by all means now at this point. I mean, shit, dude. After the Punk program,
What's his opponent? Yeah. Yeah, you can't wrestle if you're fighting Edge every week. You can't wrestle. Sure. You know, but if you're fighting Punk, if you're fighting Kane and Edge every week, you can't wrestle. Because you're literally incapable. You don't have an opponent to match up to whatever talent you might have.
Right.
But if you're going to fight CM Punk, if you're going to fight Daniel Bryan, if you're going to fight fucking, you know, Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit, like, Cena has had great matches.
Right. And plus, he's a fantastic promo. He's amazing. He's vital to the WWE's profit.
There you go. What I was going to say was he's an ambassador for the fucking company.
So in order, you need absolutely someone like that at all times to be able to grow your business, to make money, and to have people care. So in that way, how could you possibly hate this guy? I think that's, again, none of us hate Cena.
So on another day, maybe we can talk about who the next ambassador is.
Yes.
Because it's not AJ Styles.
Got some bad news for you too, Bear. Bailey just got engaged.
They're all dropping like flies.
Dude, and
Who'd she get engaged to?
UFC fighter.
Aaron Solo, he was a wrestler too. Remember him?
Yeah.
Also, Brock Lesnar entered the Royal Rumble along with Goldberg, so that should be a pretty interesting match.
Goldberg has to win that.
No. Lesnar's going to take him out, and then they're going to fight again at Mania, man.
Maybe.
Done deal.
Possible.
Why can't this be a title program?
Done deal.
Also, after the Sasha Banks match, I forgot to include it before, she dedicated the match to Ric Flair, which was kind of weird, but he came down at the end and raised her hand, Sasha Banks' hand, which was really kind of strange.
Oh, because they were in Charlotte. That's why.
Yeah, so it was weird. But
Yeah. She's not from Charlotte at all. Neither is Ric Flair. He was always billed from Charlotte, but he's from Minnesota.
He's from Minnesota.
Yeah. Hence no Southern accent. Number 4, Attitude Era fanboys.
Uh-oh. Keep laughing, homie.
I love the Attitude Era while it was going on. I was 100% in the demographic of the people watching at the time. At the start of the Attitude Era, I was 11 years old with DX doing crotch chops and Austin flipping the bird when it really picked up as a teenager. But times have changed. Society nowadays would in no way allow some of the things that happened during the Attitude Era to happen now. So in which case, I mean, that's really the main point, right? I saw some clip today from fucking the Sable thing with the hands and the body paint.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't... those fake boobs are way better now.
I know.
I'll say this. Never mind. I'm not going to really get into all the political stuff, but I do think that I agree with that statement that a lot of stuff wouldn't fly anymore. I just don't necessarily agree that it wouldn't fly anymore because I think people are taking shit way too seriously. Chill the fuck out.
But I don't think he's talking about that. I agree with you. The middle finger on TV is not a big deal. But, like, the fucking Nation of Domination and shit, dude, like, you can't do that. We got to move on here. You can't
I was
do that
all right
shit.
with the Nation Domination. I'm talking more like Meat with PMS. You know, I'm talking more
that
like
stuff
the
was
whole
fine.
train with
No, but I'm
the
saying the
Godfather.
Nation of Domination, like, you can't have that racist shit, dude. You can't have, like, the fucking, like, the white guys, like, the white biker gang versus the fucking...
Oh, the whole
You can't have...
scene
all,
then, yeah.
You can't have all that stuff.
No, I agree. I agree with that, too. Los Boricuas was the name of a stable.
I know.
Like, the Puerto Ricans... And then,
he says right here, if you think I'm being a pussy about this, I ask you to go back and watch the DX versus Hart Foundation feud where DX destroyed the Nation in the locker room. I won't go into detail, but yeah, it was pretty racist. So they must have done some pretty crazy shit in that. I don't remember that specific. I remember the feud, obviously.
Well, X-Pac put on blackface to be Mizark Henry. Like, what?
Yeah. The blackface thing, that's a whole nother discussion, I guess, that I don't know if we want to get into right now. But I don't... In this day and age, like if you're gonna dress up as somebody, like Mark, or even if you're going out for Halloween and you're somebody specific, how is that blackface? I could see if you're just putting on like, hey, I'm a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not funny, right? But
Although that was pretty funny.
I'm over here cracking up.
but that's what like that's where blackface originated, was that it was just like, well, we're not going to put any actual black guys in here, so I'm going to sing and dance and do a jig and be the black guy. That's actually making fun of a specific person.
Sure, but that's
So I think there's a difference
where
there.
it stem from.
But then I'd have to go and explain myself on USA TV and all that stuff. Hijack the show crowds, coming in at number 3 on this kind of fan.
Uh-oh.
How do we feel about this? Because it has kind of gotten to a certain level now with the taking over the shows and doing your own chants. Mostly we see it from the European crowds or like the European crowd like after WrestleMania because they're all still in the city and they go see it. And is it like get over yourself a little bit?
In a sense, I've been part of how about this? Joel Gertner walks out, right? ECW, I think, had been dead for a while. Joel Gertner walks out with the neck brace because that's like part of the gimmick. Yeah. And he's skinny as fuck. He's svelte, right? And me, Mike Warziniak, Paul Warziniak, I think Brian Horn. Fuck that kid.
I haven't seen that guy in a long time.
So I think we started a chant that said, "You lost weight," right? And it like picked up and like the whole place, right? And I've had probably 100 to 500 chants pick up. Like,
sure.
I know what it's like to get a
One
good
in particular
chant.
I remember that was, what did you say, suck my dick?
Probably.
You started a suck my dick chant. It was pretty hysterical.
Probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's kind of easy to get a chant going if you know the program that's happening in the
And
ring
what's about
and the
to happen,
crowds,
yeah.
right? But that "You Lost Weight" chant brought Joel Gertner so much joy. Like, he was so happy.
Okay, so there's that, right? And then you've got, like he mentions right here in this
The
article.
welcome back chant, the "You Still Got It" chant.
Fuck the "you still got it" chant. That's got to go away. Fuck that chant.
It's overdone. but when
Hashtag never lost it. And that's
Okay.
disrespectful. That's literally calling someone old.
But sometimes they are old. If Tracy Smothers walked into an NEW ring and fucking danced a little bit and punched Bull Dread in the face,
right.
I would throw out a "You Still Got It" chant.
That's a little different than Shane O'Mac, who's in the best shape of his life, than Goldberg, who's a fucking beast.
Sure, I agree.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree completely.
Nobody needs to hear that shit.
Right.
But a moment like Fandango's,
Yeah.
that was a very organic moment.
Yes.
Okay, but how about
You can't wrestle at Carmella.
right or
Stupid.
Yes, or CM Punk. That is stupid. That is fucking stupid.
He's
They're
not
like,
there.
you know what? We want the cruiserweights. We need the cruiserweights on Raw. Why isn't Vince fucking? Now we've got Owens as the champion.
Ring
We've
of
got
Honor.
an entire cruiserweight show and a cruiserweight division. Great guys all over the place. Literally, the entire top squad is the Ring of Honor squad, and we still get CM Punk chants. That's insane. That fan needs to go the fuck away.
I
Without a
agree.
doubt.
I
Kid
agree.
Rocks
I
on the
agree.
CM Punk chant. Fucking quitter. Baby.
It hurt my feelings too, Joe. I know what you're saying.
Jose had enough of this shit.
Number 2. Insert indie company here is better than this WWE shit. That fan needs to go away. I think. I am. Listen, sometimes I agree.
I was thinking about it.
In this current landscape, dude, it's not Edge anymore, bro. This landscape
It's
is
Ring of Honor
totally
guys.
different. It's totally different, and plus, they're catering to the right things. For the last 3 years, the better part of the last 3 years, WWE has solely catered to the mark fan. They say the casual fan, this and that. The casual fan does not exist anymore. Everybody's in there at the same level.
No matter what the storyline is, or
Right.
as long as you're in the company in WWE, that's where you want to be. That's where
So, and that's not to say that a lot of
You get-
WWE.
you just because you get the most TV time and you get the most time like that. You know? What
Yeah,
I mean?
just because
That's
it's
what they need.
mainstream doesn't mean you need to hate it.
Exactly.
There's plenty of shit that sucks on WWE TV, but that's a reason to hate it. Not, hey, fucking big time wrestling out of North Carolina featuring Sting for the 600th time is better than the WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
Sting not wrestling, by the way.
That's what I mean.
But right, I know what you're saying. It's tough when. So like that fan, and I'm not saying I'm that fan. That fan could have a huge problem with the way Cesaro's being used right now, right? Or Sami Zayn, right?
But you know who doesn't have a problem?
Kevin Owens
Cesaro.
is the fucking champ.
Right.
And AJ Styles is the real champ. So what? They can't all be the champ. So like,
And they can't all have like top
Chill.
guy programs all the
I
time.
do think Cesaro deserves his.
They're all going to
his-
get their time eventually, you know. And Cesaro is due to a lot of things right now, especially some title shots or a title run or something.
So
They
now
had-
I'm being that fan for a second.
You could be that fan. It's okay. He had a promo on Raw with Sheamus. They were in a bar. It was a bar promo. It was some
Yeah.
random guys.
That
came
was
up to
actually
them.
pretty cool. I
It
liked
was
how
cool.
they kind of tied it together.
Some
a little
random
bit.
guys came up to them and talked shit to them.
They were so obviously indie guys. They were
It was
so
funny.
indie guys. Like they were like literally like 5 or 6, maybe 10 specific like stereotypical indie wrestlers. Like all kinds, but they were all stereotypical indie wrestlers. And what happened was hysterical. I thought
It was pretty good, and they were having a few drinks too. You know, just
Yeah.
relaxing.
they were lamenting at the bar about how they didn't work out as a tag team, and
Wait, it's over?
yeah.
But then they started beating up these guys, and
Then they took out the whole bar together.
then they reconnected again.
Okay.
It was-
I'm actually all right with that.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good, and they kicked ass in the bar, and the scene looked really good.
It looked
And
pretty good.
Both Sheamus and Cesaro were totally on point. Like that was probably a better acting performance than I've seen out of
No,
either one
it
of
was.
them. And it was shot really well. It had some nice, like, good camera
it had
angles and
good
stuff.
effects and angles.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty
They
good.
made it look pretty realistic,
Yeah.
so which was cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was good because they kept coming. Like they just kept coming up to him. Was like, "Hey, you're that guy that what? You're that guy that what?" And then they just both kicked each other.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
2 or 1 left.
Fella.
One left, dead crowds. I don't know about this one is kind of kind of he's talking about like people looking at their phones and all that, but that goes for any concert or any
Does that go
kind
for
of
the
live event.
like the chanting too when it's not as loud or if people? you
Yeah,
can't get
yeah,
people
or
into
like
it?
saying like he understands that people can't do that, but he was saying like people basically a lot of looking at the phones and like doing things that aren't. He saw one guy watching the network live while he was at a show live.
Wow.
Whatever. I mean, he must be in like the South or something.
Do you remember when we went to Ring of Honor and there was that one guy who was like, "Yeah, I just watch all the old matches while I'm out here," and he was walking the aisles? Or were you not at that one?
Maybe I
with
wasn't
me?
at that one because I would have had a field day out of that.
Up
But that could
in
have
the
been
balcony.
after that American Wolves match when I put down half of Long Island iced tea. The match was so sick that I spilled it all over myself, so I went and got another one.
That happened.
Yeah.
Were we on the right side of the balcony?
No, we were dead center balcony.
Okay. So another time that I went, I was right side balcony, and this guy had like photographs of wrestlers as a costume, and he was selling
Fucking love Marks.
DVDs of shit, right?
Yeah.
But like, he was like, "Oh yeah, I just watch all the old Ring of Honor while I'm at the event," and he's sitting there with a screen. And this was like he must have had a DVD player in his pocket
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah, because
this was before
this is
the
before
network.
they streamed anything.
Way
Yeah.
before the network.
Well, ROH was actually first to the streaming game, but you weren't doing it in an arena.
Yeah. So here he is, like watching these things. He's like, look at this, and I'm like, no, I'm watching the fucking wrestling that's right in front of me. Like, what are you doing? So
Another backbreaker from Roderick Strong.
yes,
Why are you watching other backbreakers from
many.
Roderick Strong? You know what I'm saying?
I just high fived Joe Maga, all the backbreakers. And then, what do you think? Do you think Austin Aries and Roderick Strong just end up going to the cruiserweight division?
That
You need Dean Malenko's to go with your
you need
Rey
your Deans
Mysterios.
and you're raising your Eddies. You need Deans for your Rays and your Eddies. You're 100% right. Yeah, I would like to see that. I was ashamed that the tag team tournament got so shit on. That was not supposed to turn out that way because Kota Ibushi got hurt and Hideo Itami. No, excuse me, Hideo Itami got hurt, so he couldn't tag with Kota Ibushi, and I bet they were going to be in the finals. Aries got hurt, and so he couldn't tag with Roddy. And I bet you they might have been in the finals. And then DIY got hurt too.
And they still won it.
Right.
Right? Or no, they had
They
a tag title
They had a
match,
tag
I'm sorry.
title match, but then it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I bet you the finals were supposed to be Kota Ibushi and Hideo Itami versus what do they call themselves?
They were Generation Next.
Yeah, they were
In,
part of Generation Next. But it was probably going to be them, and then leading to a feud with DIY.
But I'll tell you, Paul Ellering in a cage above the ring.
That was
As far
okay.
as-
That was a
as-
shout out to Dusty.
Come on, it's
That
old
was a
school,
sh-
it's old school
That was a shout to
wrestling,
Dusty.
man.
That was a shout
so
to Dusty.
Good.
I liked the Audible. I heard it get shit on a lot on the online.
Good, fuck them.
But I
Tell them to come here.
Those are probably 22-year-olds who did not know, who are marks and they're fans just like we are, but they just didn't know. They haven't gotten back to that '86 fucking NWA era.
Yeah,
Jim
well,
Cornette
the next
and
time
shit.
there's a strap match, complain about it and come to me.
Right on.
Let's go. We're talking about the history of our sport.
You guys got anything else before we knock it down? I think it was a good show.
Yeah, Apollo Crews has an autograph session. Danbury Fair Mall this weekend. That's $30 a person if you want to go.
How crazy is it that Sasha Banks...
Only if
was-
he signs it with those big ass teeth.
You sign it with those white teeth. Dude.
How crazy is it that Sasha Banks wins the women's title again? And she hasn't done it at a
Again.
pay-per-view.
What, Charlotte's just going to win the next pay-per-view?
It was in
They-
Charlotte's hometown.
They were
Yeah,
trying to,
they do the hometown thing.
they were
I
trying
get
to
it.
say
you,
that
you
was,
brought it up in Boston.
They were
But-
trying to say that was the last match of the feud too, but now that Charlotte lost it, she obviously gets a rematch. Too.
They're the two top guys, man. It's like Orton and Cena. We're just gonna see them. This is what we got.
But Bailey's here.
Yeah, but
Bailey's engaged now,
they
too,
don't
right?
have anything for that character. They don't have anything for that character. There's nothing to do with that character. I
They
don't
made it
see
work
where
with
it can go.
Cena. She is the female Cena.
No, she's not. That's a
she
very
is
different.
literally the female Cena.
Cena was already over. He had two characters before that. But that's okay. Listen, I'm about to piss my pants. So, for Shockmaster Grizz, Brett the Hitman, I am Joe Maga. See you next week.